The Wild Cats of Piran. The Wild Cats of Piran, Chronicle 2. Author and narrator, Scott Alexander Young. Audio engineer, Janos Mazura. Cover illustration by Marino Kiste. With special thanks again to Franz Sidney. This book is a work of fiction, and except in the case of historical fact, any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Published by Young Europe Books, an imprint of New Europe Books. Chapter 1. The Devil's Trill Sonata. A musical overture, which encourages Queen Felicia to experiment, and which introduces us, at last, to Giuseppe Tartini and his immortal Devil's Trill Sonata. As previously noted in these chronicles, in the middle of Piazza Tartini is a statue of the town's best-known son, the devilishly good violin player Giuseppe Tartini. On the square stands the house where the infamous violinist was born and spent his childhood. This, unsurprisingly perhaps, is known as Tartini House. In the middle of the piazza is a green bronze statue of Tartini, which was put on display in the late 19th century. This was quite possibly the most exciting thing to happen in the town for decades. Not that there was anything wrong with that. As far as the townspeople were concerned, peace and quiet were preferable to war and invasions. So now, at last, in the opening pages of Chronicle 2, we visit Tartini House and the home of Giuseppe Tartini. It was a couple of nights after the Maid of Piran had been spirited away by the Merchant of Venice, in the small hours of the morning, of course, when Felicia, Leopold, and Dragan all sprinted in its direction. Then nimbly, ever so nimbly, they scrambled up a drain-pipe until they were on the roof. Peering in through the skylights, they had a pretty good view of the room in which Giuseppe Tartini had slept as a child, centuries before. Sure enough, there was his ghost, with a violin under his chin. He was in the final stages of tuning his instrument of choice, a beautiful Stradivarius violin. He was not alone. Somewhat to their surprise, Tartini already had feline company. Madhya and Beza.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?